What's up guys, I am back in the UK, back in the motherland. Australia was amazing, I loved it. But obviously everything kind of came to a bit of a standstill. I was loving vlogging out there, then it went into lockdown, so I couldn't vlog anymore. I was then training for a few months, kind of in solitary confinement. Solitary confinement sounds weird, I wasn't in prison, I was in a hotel basically, and I was the only one in the hotel. It was amazing, I had everything to myself, but I obviously couldn't film anything because no one could come in to film. So it's been a strange few months. We managed to finish some of the projects out there. We still have some projects up in the air, but I've come back home and I wanted to do a video to kind of clear the air and sort of say where we're at. Also as well, this is gonna be a day in the life type video, all because the legends over at AMD have sponsored this particular video. If you remember, it was about a year ago now where we did one as well when I was writing what is now the newly published Sunday Times Bestseller, all thanks to you guys, Blueprint. So that's out now. The last video I was writing this, so it kind of feels a little bit weird to now be holding it in my hands. And I think that's why this day in the life video is going to be so different, just because I'm jet lagged. It's about 4 p.m. I've just woke up. I've got media interviews as well, because as Australia wakes up, I've got media interviews to do there, but then I've got UK media interviews to do for the book. My body's all over the place. But central to all of that, despite the schedule being pleasantly manic, I feel like I said, because of AMD and the heroes over there, they've equipped me with a laptop, which I've been using now for this project, for videos, for photography, for editing the videos as well. But specifically for those people who are technologically minded and they are wondering, whoa, what laptop I'm actually using. It's an AMD Ryzen powered HP NV 360. That is a mouthful. And like I said, it's just been great for whether I've been traveling, needing like high processing speed. This is important as well, just because I've been doing a lot of interviews on air, and you do not want a laptop that fails you when you're live on air doing an interview about your new book. So like I said, very much indebted to the guys over at AMD, and I'll be talking about that throughout the video today. But more specifically, it's my training that we now basically have to reprogram, reschedule. Just to be completely honest, I talked about this in one of my last videos. We were basically periodizing my training for what was going to be a great athletic adventure. It was for charity. We had like a really cool scientific element to it as well, and I was so excited. So that's why I was swimming up to 30K a day. I did an entire month swimming 30K a day. It was brutal, and all my training was basically gearing up to that. Again, if you bought the blueprint, you'll know what we're talking about here, but I've actually got a copy here. So I was, in terms of my macro cycle, my training for the year, I was here. I went from build mesocycle, and then I was going into my peak mesocycle. So everything was so specific, tailored to this event. And then because of lockdown and restrictions, I couldn't do it. So where I'm at now, you basically join me, where I don't go back to a recovery mesocycle because I didn't do the event. So I don't need to recover if I didn't do the event. So I basically start my base mesocycle again, high volume, low intensity, and back to that general physical preparedness as well. You're gonna see some of that today, where I start reprogramming my training, and then I think, depends what Hester's doing, I've convinced her that I need to go for a run and a swim, so I think we're gonna do date night tonight, but she doesn't know that date night basically consists of a run and a swim. So, and also because I'm so jet lagged, we'll probably be doing it through the night. She doesn't know this just yet, but that is essentially gonna be my day, which all begins with a general physical preparedness workout, which I'm gonna do down the gym. I'm gonna look at sled specific stuff, lower body, because I've neglected lower body when I was swimming 30K a day. Just because when you look at Verkhoshansky adaptation energy, this is all explained in the book, I didn't have a lot of time for much else when I was swimming so much. So I'm gonna go down, sled work, interviews, date night, run and swim, surf and turf through the night. Oh no, here they are. Hester hides my keys.
No, he looks like some little weird creature.
What are you doing? Are you
You
on
scrubbed
now?
up well, mate. At the wedding, didn't you?
Okay, first things first, what I need to do is reprogram all of my strength and conditioning. Like I said, out in Australia, I had a pretty set strength and conditioning protocol. Now I've just got to basically rip it up, not start from scratch, but start from scratch, basically. And I think this is the nice thing. And that's what's so cool about the AMD powered laptops. They're so responsive. So with the amount of data I've got, I still can collect everything and just recalibrate it, reschedule, reprogram all of my strength and conditioning. So starting my base mesocycle today, because I was doing so much swimming, I basically just neglected the lower body. It was so sport specific. And as you know, that can kind of produce imbalances when looking at the body in its entirety. So I'm getting back to general physical preparedness, going to be doing some barefoot sled drags. What I like to do as well is rather than doing it for reps, I just do it for distance. I put my watch on there and I put a tracker on whether I do 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, or I'll work off an hour, 2 hours. It completely depends. So I'm going to be doing that today. Whole emphasis, general physical preparedness, work capacity, your body's ability to perform, positively tolerate training of a given intensity or duration. Oh, nailed it. Starting with a little bit of shoulder prehab rehab. This has just become just a proper kind of, you know what, where it's a staple in my strength and conditioning. I think that's the right way of putting it. So I was out in Australia, and the giant man legend that is Jono Freeman, chief physio out there, was the physio for the Chinese Olympic swimming team as well. So me and him kind of put together a bit of a protocol which was suited to my odd physiology, let's put it like that, just because I know I'm not really built like most swimmers. So it was great to just bounce some ideas around with Jono and we put together this. So I basically do this all the time now. I'll do a separate video on the exact protocol, but this is what I'm doing when you see me doing bands and throwing balls against walls. I think the thing about the sled drag, I say this all the time, is it's not very sexy. Let's be honest. And it's this idea of a base mesocycle, like putting in the hard miles, that like everybody really forgets during that base mesocycle, during that winter period. But it's not as sexy as would you squat, or even would you leg press, just go and like rack the leg press and stuff. But it's just something that's so often overlooked in strength and conditioning. I also like to do these barefoot. Well, that is optional. And if you do it in the gym and they tell you off, then I didn't tell you to do them. I don't want to get in trouble. But I like doing it barefoot just because you get that proprioception, kinesthetic awareness, all those small ligaments and biofeedback in your feet. They all of a sudden start just lighting up, whereas you do them in big shoes, you don't kind of get that. Nah. Done. It was about 2 hours on the sled, which felt nice. Felt nice just because of the jet lag, just to blow off a little bit of the cobwebs and everything. Also as well, it's not about strength or speed in these types of workouts. I think that's really important to note as well. You know, you are not training to be a cheetah, you are training to be a cart horse, one of those old cart horses. Like I said, it's not a spectator sport, it's not sexy, you just trudge up and down, building work capacity. Now, depending on the time, I've lost track of time, we've got media interviews, got a few live on air ones as well, which is going to be very important, and then I will be taking Hester for a romantic run and lake swim. She doesn't know this yet. That is the plan for the rest of the day. I am going to boil the kettle, have a cup of tea, lock myself away, and then I'm going to talk media interviews about the new book, Blueprint. I'm going to produce media gold. Prepare to be underwhelmed. It was kind of written by accident, and I know that sounds a little bit weird, but I had a shoulder surgery. It was like, I don't want to say like a dark period, but it certainly wasn't like the... It teaches people how to program their training in a systematic way. Done. I crushed those media interviews.
Well done, babes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. No, they were good. All jokes aside, they were good. They were good. I get nervous sometimes, but they were good questions. And they'd really read the book as well, which was really nice. So I felt pretty good about that. Right. But now my body is still wondering what's going on. It's still riddled with jet lag, but I promised you date night and I will deliver.
Are we going for a meal?
Kind of.
Well, this isn't the date night I signed up for.
Now I'm going to go for probably, I don't know, it might be a 20k run, it might be a 30k run. Going to be completely honest, I don't know. But I've managed, as a good boyfriend, to commandeer a bicycle for date night. So... It's genuinely...
I do genuinely hope we're going to go to the cinema after this, because you did promise. If I get on the bike, we go to the cinema. That was the deal.
But we are going to go. We're going to go for a nice romantic run and bike ride. Okay, let date night begin. That is run done. That is the running part of date night done. That was pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's alright actually.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite surprised.
Boyfriend of the year. So with that said, I now fancy going for a romantic swim. I know you don't like swimming.
So we're not going to both go for a romantic swim.
So, but I think I did see some kayaks. I'm aware this is a strange date night. It's probably not the one you had in mind. I think that's fair to say. Mm-hmm. And I also know you wanted to go to the cinema, but I've checked and the cinemas are shut. It's late in the day. But what I do have, I have a solution. I have an impressively charged laptop.
You do?
Which I believe, while I'm swimming 20k, please? I reckon you can get through a movie, 2 movies.
Okay, well the deal is, if we do this movie night tonight, you have to take me on 2 normal dates this week.
This is pretty normal.
This isn't normal.
It's normal for us.
No, it is normal for us.
Okay, fine. Okay, if you let me swim 20k now and you watch some movies on there, I will do what people perceive as conventionally normal.
Yes. Deal.
That has been date night. Have you had a lovely time?
I have actually.
And you didn't think you would?
No, I didn't.
Admit
it was actually quite nice.
You haven't ridden a bike for ages, you enjoyed that?
Yeah.
And you've never been on a kayak or canoe? It was a canoe, wasn't it?
It was a canoe.
Yeah, and you've never been on one and you enjoyed that?
And I actually enjoyed it, yeah.
So, I mean, we're approaching the end of the year. I will be on the honours list for Boyfriend of the Year.
But you're still taking me on 2 more date nights this week.
I want to say a massive thank you to AMD because they essentially sponsored date night.
Yeah.
And this video, so that was very kind of them. And if you want to know more, I will put a link below so you can check out all that, everything that I talk about processing speed, the graphics, the data, the battery life. Please go and check that out. Do you have anything else to add?
I'm going to make some brownies when I get home because I think that's going to be a good idea.
Well, that's an excellent point as well. We also have another video coming with huge news. Can't say too much, but you excited about that one?
It's so exciting.
Yeah,
can't wait.
It's been a year, right?
Yeah,
it's
been in the making.
A year in the making. So I don't want to big it up too much, but I feel I can. It's that big a news.
It's a big deal for me and you.
Huge. That sounds like it might be a pregnancy though or something.
Oh no, it's not that.
Not that. No, but it's big news.
It's big news.
But there's no pregnancy.
But there's no.